You have not gone to the junior college well that often, but when you have, it seems like they've been successful and contributors. What do you hope to see out of these 2 or 3 guys you brought in?
You know, the junior college kid brings experience. Even though they haven't played at a Division I level, they have played a lot of baseball. You're looking at 3 junior college position players that could easily have 400 to 500 career at-bats over the past 2 years. So they're used to showing up to the ballpark and playing doubleheaders and showing up doubleheaders and doubleheaders. They bring a toughness to them. You know, that they're playing in bad fields and they're eating bad sandwiches in between games and they're wearing old uniforms and they bring a certain toughness to them where they really appreciate what Division I baseball is all about. They appreciate the 7 Adidas uniforms that we have, the 2 sets of cleats, all the batting gloves and bats and fielding gloves you get from TPX, and so they're very humble and appreciative, and they bring a nice tone to the team because they can sit next to a guy and go, "Man, you don't realize how good you got it. You don't realize how special this place is. You just came straight out of high school. You haven't experienced no other level of college baseball." And so you like that. And the 3 we have now in Ratajczyk and Helms and Crane are all competing between the lines. They've all got a lot of respect from the players. All 3, you know, should start this first weekend. I don't know how much, but all 3 are going to start and play. And they play the game hard. I will say that's a great quality that all 3 of them brought in. Because you could play the game hard because I tell you to or teach you to, but when you play the game hard before I ever say a word, that's impressive. And all 3 of them impressed us by the way they went about the game, you know, this fall and right into the spring training.
Who came up with the energy bus?
I think, you know, Coach Lemonis read it. And Jimmy Bellinger was a former pitcher that played here, played on the Omaha team. And so on the recruiting trail, and you're bumping into guys, and you're keeping in touch with guys in the summer, we all try to share great books to read. And between Coach Lemonis and Jimmy Bellinger, they sent me a text. And I'm always looking for new books to read. And I'm always looking for easy books to read. And they said, "Hey, this is an easy, quick, good read." And it was great. And, you know, I read it. And, you know, I become annoying at times. You know, I'm sure right now the compound effect could become annoying to the kids because I talk about it so much, but I know it sinks in. You know, after I read the energy bus, boy, I preached and I preached and I preached, and all the text messages were from that, and the signs everywhere, and you know, Coach Lemonis would tease kids as to, you know, there's always an energy vampire on the team, and he would heckle guys, and, you know, guys don't want to be the energy vampires. That's not what they want to be. And so, you know, we have fun with it, and we heckle and joke around. The one thing about baseball is you got to have a sense of humor, and you got to have some thick skin because it's a long season and there's a lot of cutting up on guys. And so we had fun with it, you know. But at the end of the day, I think the kids understand to be successful is to have energy and be positive and be ready to attack the challenge of each day.
Who's driving the energy bus for you guys?
Oh, well, I think it's got to start with me. And we got great coaches. And I guess I've taken a back seat to Tom Church. You know, I think he's driven it before I did. And he let me on the bus, and he handed me the wheel and said, "Here, drive." And he allows us to do what we want to do. But you got to have players that can drive it too. Because I'm not in the locker room. I'm not eating dinner with them at times. You got to have players that are willing to drive the energy bus. And I think we've had several guys, you know, who could say, "Coach, I've driven it today," or "I'll drive it tomorrow," and that's a good feeling as a coach.
Speaking of Tom, he's got set for expansion to this stadium. What's that going to mean for you in developing your program?
You know, it only helps. It's a credit to the fans who have come out. You know, that for 3 NCAA regionals we've had to put up temporary seating. And so you expand the stadium to say we don't have to put up temporary seating. The fans have responded. They've come out. You know, that supply and demand. And so it's a credit to the community. It's great for recruiting. It shows the recruits that people care about baseball. I mean, it's a great sports city, and let's face it, we got our competition here. You know, we got great hoop, and we got the Derby in the spring, but it's a great sports city, and baseball's a great ticket. You talk to people that have come to the games. You talk to families that have experienced it. You know, I challenge people, and they say, "I still haven't been to the ballpark," and I just say, "Come." You know, it's free admission, and Tom wants this to be a community program. And so he opens up the gates and says, "Come on in." and bring your family and have fun. And so, you know, the stadium expansion is a testament to the donors, that there are people out there that you look at the growth on this campus to say, I'll give you my hard-earned money, and I'll put it towards these facilities because I appreciate what you do, and what you do is important to the program and to the city. So it's flattering, you know, when people reach in their pocket, you know, and donate their money and time to this program.